Jai Hind to all and welcome to this video series of export import documentation. The topic of the discussion for the day is production, selection, product selection, and product pricing. Now, it is very important for export and import that how will you select your product or services for the export, because the domestic market and the foreign market will be different. Their basic factors will be different. The culture, the laws, the environment, political, legal, other environment will be different. So while selecting the product for exporting, you have to check, you have to analyze lots of factors before starting this. If you analyze all the factors properly, then the possibility of success, possibility of survival will be high. Selectivity is the key success to all sphere of life, including export market. How you are selecting. If you're not selecting your export product properly, then it may possible that product is rejected in the export market. An exporter may wish to deal in all kinds of product and to sell them everywhere in the world. However, it is not possible for him to do so due to the wide expenses and demand variations in the different market in the world. Therefore, an exporter has to select proper product and proper market. Both are necessary. You are selecting proper product and the selection of market is equally important in order to operate at international level. An entrepreneur should select the right product for export because selection of right product is crucial for success of export business. The selection can be made on the basis of so many factors that we will be discussing in the latter part of the discussion. These are the criteria, these are the factors which is having very significant, you can say significant role, significant factor for the export of the product. What are these factors? Trend in the export, product adaptability, trade restrictions, shifting spending pattern, production capacity and product availability, of course, demand in the potential export market, incentive oblique facilities offered by the government, and quality and niche marketing. We'll discuss it one by one. First is trend in export. That means before starting, you have to analyze that what trend is going on in the different market. An entrepreneur who plans to enter in the exports can identify the product or product groups with potential in the foreign market by analyzing the trend of the export in that particular country, even country wise and commodity wise, over a period of time. A study of trend over a period of 5 years is expected to yield very useful information because related to few product which is a fashion product or related to technology product, these trends are changing very frequently. So if you are taking wide span of time, then the results may be misleading. The Ministry of Commerce, based on the analysis of trend in the exports, has to prepare a matrix of 15 countries and products. This matrix is very helpful. This data is very helpful for the exporters. Next point is production capacity and product availability. Before selecting your product for the export, you have to see that what is your production capacity. Because once you get the order from the foreign country, foreign buyer, then it is not easy to cancel it. Then you have to analyze that whether you have sufficient production capacity or you can ensure the product availability from the third party, then it will be perfect for you. Exporters should choose those products for which there is adequate production capacity in the country. Even this production capacity can be with you or can be third party from where you can procure the product. And the product can be sourced for the desired quantity. Thus, a speedy supply base is essential to ensure the exporter is able to deliver the goods to the foreign buyer as per the agreed delivery schedule. That schedule is predefined, pre-decided, and once it is decided, you have to follow schedule. Timing is very important. That's why you have to ensure continuous and smooth. There is no hassle, right? No hurdle. Smooth availability of product and their production capacity. Third point is a product may have huge potential, that is product adaptability. This point is related, this discussion is related to product adaptability. Adaptability means whether your product is with some changes like taste or packing, that product will be acceptable in the foreign country by foreign buyers or not. A product may have huge potential for export in one market, yet the same product offered in the another market may not be accepted. It may draw a blank. The reason is this, that reason is very simple, like physical condition, functional requirement, cultural differences, taste, level of skills, level of purchasing power, level of their income, level of technical development may be different from, and it will vary from country to country. And such as that would require the change to be made in the product offered in another market. That means you have to change the product according to the need of the market. That if the technology, the level of technology is different, then you have to change your product according to the requirement of the taste of the market or buyer. The product to be successful in the foreign market must be capable of the suitable changes in their design, color, size, taste, packing, etc. The list is endless. This process of change is known as product adaptation. That means you are making your product which is adopted by the market easily. Thus, the product adaptability is the important consideration in the selection of product. That means if you are producing a product which cannot be changed, then it will be very difficult to launch this type of product in a particular market. The rate of rejection may be high. Fourth point is demand in the potential export market. Of course, before exporting, before starting of a export transaction or international business or launching of your product in a foreign market, you have to check that whether that type of product or similar type of product have demand in the foreign market or not. Because all the growth, all the trend will depend upon the demand. If there is no demand, then of course there is no use of exporting. The level of demand of a product in a target export market is a very important factor for the selection, obviously. The potential of the product in a market can be assessed by considering the following dimensions, following factors. These factors which I am going to discuss now, these factors are very important for the assessment of the demand. It means the method of demand analysis will depend upon these factors. First factor is demographic and physical environment. Demographic environment matlab like size of the population, its growth and density level. If the country, the foreign country is having huge population, then it may possible that high level of demand will be available in that particular country. Distribution of population by target age group for the product under analysis. It is like if, for example, we can understand it very well with the help of example. Suppose you are a manufacturer of toys. You want to start exporting of toys. Then obviously you have to check that what is the population size of the children in that particular country or in particular city, because the target customer of the toys will be children, and this age of the children will also matter. Then you have to check that what is your target population size of the target customer. Is the size of target population is adequate or not? Distribution of population like urban, suburban, rural areas is also important. Climate and weather condition, how will these changes affect the product or service offered? Shipping distance from point of export, that means obviously you have to check it that what is the shipping distance, because you have to pay transportation cost. Nature of transport and telecommunication infrastructure, yes, that means easy transportation are available, easy and cheap even, right? Cost effectiveness is required. Cheap transport system is available. Telecommunication infrastructure is well developed there. Adequacy of shipping, packing, unloading, and other local distribution network. These factors are very important before selecting any market for the export. Now, what are the effect of political environment on the demand? The political environment should be analyzed by considering the following factors. Is the system of government conducive to the conduct of business? Ease of business is there? Are the rules and regulation of the government is in favor of export or international trade or not? Government is established, you can say, that means they are not volatile, the government is not changing frequently. That are different factors. What are the extent of government involvement in the private business transactions? What are government's attitude towards import, how they are promoting export and import? They have different policies. What is the foreign trade policies there, right? Is the political system stable? As I have already discussed, that yes, government is frequently changing, so that is a problem. Does the government seek uh, to the quota system, or is there any trade barriers? Then it will be a difficulty for you. Is the country committed to fostering high level of export import? They have promotion councils, they have different policies to promote export and import. Then it will be very easy to survive there in that type of countries. Economic environment, yes, it also have impact. The exporters should analyze the economic environment of the political market by considering the following factors: predicted economic growth level, gross national product, GNP, GDPs, and the balance of payment position of the country. Percentage share of export import in overall economy, that is, what is the percentage share in the GDP. The country's import export ratio, rate of inflation, foreign currency or exchange regulation, what are per capita income of the target country. These are few examples which you have to check. There are so many additions according to your needs. Market access, that is also very important. An exporter can target a country for the export to the extent of market access available in the foreign country. Following factors define the level of market access for the product in the country. That is, what is the supply chain, level of supply chain. Okay, legal aspect related to distribution. What are the documentary requirement? That means what type of documents required? Is their paperwork very high? Is the market closed to foreigner despite the emergence of free and open market? The intellectual property protection. All these are related to your product or service before starting export business. Then product potential. What is the future of product? The potential of product in the foreign market should be assessed from the point of view of acceptance of the product in the foreign market. That means what will be the future growth. What are the general level of acceptance? What are the product and service, whether they are acceptable by the foreign market, by the target market or not? Is there any gap between production and anticipated consumption? What is will be the level of consumption in that particular country? That will, all these factors will help you to analyze that what will be the future demand of the product. Then trade restriction. The country may impose restriction on the import of the product. There are some countries which are imposing high level of restriction on the export and import, and there are few countries which are free. That means you have to see whether the country in which you are going to export or import is having different type of trade barriers or not. Anti-dumping duty, safeguard duty, countervailing duty, these are the duties which are imposed by the government to protect their domestic industry. So if you are going to export in this type of country where anti-dumping duty is very high, in that situation the cost of export will be high and it will be very difficult to survive in these type of export market. Incentives and facilities offered for the export, obviously it is very important factor before selection of product and services. If your local government, right, domestic government, is promoting your product, right, that means you are getting lots of benefit from the government of India or government of any other country for the export and import. And these incentives, these facilities will help you to export very fast, will generate lots of revenue, will save lots of cost to you, and it will be helpful for being long-term survival. That means your long-term relationship with the foreign market will be high, your demand of the product will be high, there is an environment in which you can promote your business, you can establish your business very well. These incentives related to duty drawback, facility of duty-free import of raw material or other input. It can be capital goods. These type of schemes are available. Such incentives and facilities should be taken into account while selecting your product for export. It will reduce your cost of production. It can increase the sales, and because the cost of production is low, then obviously your selling price of product will be low, and then it will be very easy to face the competitive market. Thank you for all these things, and in the next video we will be discussing different shipping procedures and documentation. Thank you so much again.